Bob Tasca helping his situation. Number one in the point, Mike Neff, and the number one qualifier, Johnny Gray.
And this was Johnny Gray. Even though he had problems down track, he had enough momentum to get around Mike Neff.
And with that, 2 John Force racing cars are out. Here is Robert Hight and Hagan fails to get it off the line, and Robert Hight takes the win.
And he gets the win.
Speaking of John Force Racing now, Gary Gerald is over there.
Well, we chronicled the fact a bit earlier that it had been an offer as far as the countdown of the championship for Robert Hight, and we kind of say that with a chuckle, but it is nothing funny about that scenario for this man. So to get 2-round wins and to beat Matt Hagan the last time out, you tell us how significant that was in terms of your championship hopes.
Well, based on the last 8 races that we've had in the countdown, this is big. And the way Hagan and those guys have been running, they've been laying some big numbers down, and it basically was our season. Like I said earlier, if we didn't win there, you know, we were going to start thinking about next year. But we're back in it, and we know that for one of these JFR teams to win, we need to all be running well. You know, Neff's been carrying us here for a while, and it's nice to be back in there and fighting with him.
Now, the opportunity here with Hagan on the sidelines, you could significantly close the gap if, in fact, you're able to win this event. How much have you been thinking about that in the last hour or so?
Unfortunately, you think about all that. You shouldn't. You know, you should just go up there and run just like you know what you're doing. But yeah, the point deal's big. We can leave here 50 behind, and you know that's achievable with 3 races to go. That's huge, and it's exactly what the Auto Club team needed. Jimmy Prock, he is. I mean, we've been struggling so much that it's killing him. And you know, his wife says he'll wake up in the middle of the night and go to the computer. So a lot of work, everybody's stuck together, and it's big. We really believe that if we can win this race, we're right back in it, and we're right there with Neff.
Maybe finding the consistency that they so desperately need. Meanwhile, John Force on the other side of the pendulum here. John, I know this has been tough. 5 races now where you haven't been able to get out of the first round. How much has that eaten on you?
Well, after coming off a championship last year, I'm having mixed emotions. As a driver, I want to do well, and I'm not. And I need basically a miracle now to pull this thing out. That means I got to win 3 in a row, and everybody else has got to fall on their face. Well, they're not all going to fall. So, but on the other side, the positive side, as an owner, I could always ask for a better day. That's winning. But for Robert Hight to do the damage that he did with Hagan, kept Neff right in the hunt, but gave Robert in the Auto Club Ford a chance, to run for this championship. You need cars to win. That's why I have multi-car teams, and we intend on doing that. But like Robert said, they are a tough bunch of guys over there. But we're going to fight this thing right to the wire, and I'm going to be there with them.
Going to be nail-biting time, Paul. We get down to the wire here with 3 races to go after this weekend.
Oh, these playoffs are so good. Stat guy?
Well, this is a tough one, but I got to bring it up. Back in 07, John went 5 races without a round win to start the season, but that included a DNQ. Never in his career during the same season, a single season, we're going back to like 1979, where he's not won 5 consecutive rounds in a row in racing. That is a shocker.
Yeah, that is a big surprise. Well, how about Bob Tasca? He is still in the fight. He has to face the number 1 qualifier, Johnny Gray, when he comes back. He's ready for it, getting the car clean. Tasca, though, with a win, could really move himself forward, too.